Well, a very good afternoon and warm welcome to the Tottenham training ground for the Premier League Next Generation final between the host Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham United. Two teams engaged in very entertaining games on Wednesday against the Corona Blasters and Crystal Palace respectively. Now we see who comes home with a trophy, who comes home with the gold. I'm Dean Kilford, alongside me Tyler Morris. Tyler, how are you feeling about this one?
I'm looking forward to it. As you say, a lot of excitement in both these sides' semi-finals.
To take this one, he's a player who's had a few appearances in the under-23s line-up and will feature more regularly for them. The under-23s for West Ham are actually in action this afternoon at Dagenham and Redbridge, but right now it's their team who have taken the lead. A fine header at the back post, and it's Kudua who's got it from inside the 6-yard box. It was a simple set piece towards the back post, and Kudua seemed to have an acre of space to get his header on target. Nothing that Blueburn could do in the Tottenham net, and West Ham have an early lead. Inside 5 minutes, it's Tottenham Hotspur 0, West Ham United 1.
Well, he was brilliant off the bench on Wednesday, and he's proved in the opening few moments that he was the perfect choice to start this afternoon's final. It was made a little bit easier for him. He was unmarked in the middle. And perhaps was there a touch of disappointment from the goalkeeper as he got a touch himself on it.
Well, he just pulled away from Abbott. You can see on the replay there, just on the back shoulder, and Abbott completely lost his man. And Kudua, as you said, who made an instant impact coming off the bench against Crystal Palace, has made an instant impact inside 5 minutes here.
Pounced upon and have certainly tried to.
Bloxham, once again frustrated. His midfield didn't support the press, and that's left space in behind. Here goes Fuinami. Lovely early ball into the box. It's Health Marshall, and West Ham double their lead just like that. Simple as you like. The press didn't happen, and the space was there. And Fuinami's cross was an absolute peach of a cross. And who was there? But Callum Marshall to control it first time. There may have been a hint of a hand about it, but he made no mistake with the finish, and West Ham have a 2-goal lead.
Well, he had so much to do, Marshall, and first of all, with me down this left-hand side, I wonder if the Spurs number 2 could have got a little bit tighter, but here from Marshall, firstly, we will talk about if that did come off the arm, but he still had to take it down and get that half volley away. It was clinical, and it was great from the West Ham number 11, who's now scored 4 goals in this competition.
Asher Falasse will take the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger, and it's deep again towards the back post, and it's come all the way through, and it's in the back of the net. Flicked on. Did it take a second touch all the way through? West Ham won't care one bit. They've gone over to celebrate over on that far side. And West Ham, who were 3 goals down on Wednesday night against Crystal Palace, have gone 3 goals up inside 20 minutes here at the Tottenham training ground. Once again, a simple corner to the back post. And I think it was Kudua who got the flick on just in front of the goalkeeper. He's gone to celebrate over. We'll wait and see who is officially accredited with the goal.
Well, I tell you what, it's really poor from a Spurs point of view, leaving one of the tallest players on the pitch.
Couldn't get there first in case he recovered from his mistake in letting the ball bounce in the first place. Here's Scarles. Lovely simple ball through from Coddington. There's the square ball across, and there's acres of space, and that's 4, and that's clinical from Callum Marshall, who has scored his 2nd of the afternoon, and West Ham United's 4th. 5 minutes to go to the break. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0, West Ham United 4.
Well, not only are West Ham United now on a hat-trick in terms of scoring from corners, their own player Marshall is now on a hat-trick. He's been superb in this whole tournament, but really the work goes to Coddington. What a pick-out. There was no real sight that Marshall was going to get there at the back post, but he still rolled that ball into the penalty area perfectly there, Coddington. And moving from the right flank to the left in that move, and it paid off, and West Ham are running away with it.
Well, the Tottenham back four just didn't know which player to pick up. We said about the interchange of those 3 in support behind Kudua, and they didn't know Marshall was suddenly on the right, Coddington on the left. Both players completely unmarked and completely free.
To pick up a man at the back post, they're really struggling with those corners.
It was Brian Waugh as well, who was, give him credit, at the back for Tottenham, as they've played a loose pass again and invited some more pressure as Marshall finds the score of the first goal. Kudua, lovely footwork. Coddington slips his man, just crowded out, and eventually Tottenham get away with one. But for how long? As Scarles found Spaitram into the box, flicked away. The offside flag has gone up. It won't count. The referee eventually looks and calls the offside.
Has he overruled it?
Or has he overruled it and given the goal?
It looks like it,
The
doesn't
goal
it?
has been given. I was so adamant that the offside decision was going to be given, but the referee has overruled, and West Ham United have a 5-goal lead here, and we'll have to see that one again on the replay.
Well,
My eyes are on the assistant.
I wonder, did the touch take a player off a take a touch off a Spurs player, then playing him onside? We'll wait and see. As the ball came back in here, it wasn't Adoa who was offside. It was, in fact, as I say, it's because the header back towards the touchline by, I believe, was it Linton? Because he played it, that left Marshall onside at the back post, and
He absolutely lashed on it, but he went too early, and now West Ham United could break in. Kudoa on a hat-trick. Kudoa on his right foot. Looks for the cross. It's Coddington, and it's deflected into his own net. And it's the substitute, Akramich, who deflects it past Blueburn in the Tottenham Hotspur goal. And moments after scoring a 5th, West Ham United have hit Tottenham for 6.
Well, when it's not your day, it's not your day. And Spurs are finding that out the hard way. A lot of the goals have been from their own downfall. I think that was just pure unlucky. And it was good work initially from Ado, who you would have assumed would shoot for goal himself, considering he's on a hat-trick. I think the last touch might have come off Coddington then. It might just go down as his goal.
Potentially Linton as well. It was certainly intentionally played back by the Tottenham substitute, Akamrich, but as it stands, it's up over from him, as there's suddenly a bit of life in this Tottenham team. Williams just pulls away, can't bring it under a spell, and the danger is when you push players up, you're left short in attack, and Marshall is continuing his run, and he's been found. Marshall, low, strikes it, hat-trick for him, 7 for West Ham. You thought he was going to be released a lot earlier, but Patrick Kelly just carried the ball from the edge of his own area into the middle of the heart of the Tottenham defence. And again, as simple as you like, a breakaway goal. And Marshall with a well-deserved hat-trick. That's 6 for him in the competition so far. And it's Tottenham Hotspur 0, West Ham United 7.
Well, I thought it was impressive that Marshall got 9 goals in his last 15 appearances last season, but to get 6 in just 2 games in this competition is even better. He did so well to hold his run initially because he was trying to make that move for so long, even before he was on the camera there, and he kept on swerving, kept on moving in and out to make sure he was onside. And once he got the ball,
sharing of ideas, again with the coaching staff from the Hero Indian Super League, from the Premier Soccer League in South Africa, as Marshall goes through again. The offside flag stays down. Marshall has already got a hat-trick. Is he going to go for a 4th? He is going to go for a 4th, and West Ham United have hit Tottenham for 8, and it's Marshall once more who's the assassin that has been the dagger in Tottenham's hearts. Well, it's simple as you like. Break the offside track. Tottenham trying to play a high line, and they were caught out. Just pulled off the back of a Camrich, and
I don't think it's possible for him to miss at the moment. I mean, another clinical finish. It couldn't have been closer to that bottom corner. No chance again for Blueburn.
It's almost identical finish to that 3rd goal as well. Right into the corner. Blueburn completely isolated, and you don't really give the keeper a chance in that situation. Marshall.
But it can change in a match. It's time to present the medals to our runners-up.
It won't feel too much like a moment of celebration for Spurs. No one likes losing a final.
Well, there's a warm round of applause from the Credit Blaster players that are still here in attention. And Joe, in this kind of defeat, maybe that is the kind of thing that is going to be spurring on, pardon the pun, for these players to use this heavy defeat, use this heartbreak, if you will, to spur them on to bigger and better things.
Well, it's better to happen now, that's for sure, when you're in the academy, to learn from it before you've got 62,000 people screaming you on every week.
You can see there Brian Ward doesn't even want to put his medal on. He took it straight off, as did McDermott. Heaps there, mentioned for him, he was one of the star men in the first game against the Kerala Blasters. Didn't quite have the same impact today.
he's probably still thinking about that rainbow flick that he did back on Wednesday rather than becoming runner-up here.
Well, that's certainly a highlight from this tournament you'll want to pick out on YouTube. But now we move away from the host Tottenham Hotspur to the winners of the Premier League Next Gen Cup as we welcome West Ham United to take their medals and collect the trophy.
And I think it's the right player who's leading them to that trophy at the moment, with Marshall leading the way towards Cape Hodgkinson.
Well, like we said before, he has been the stand-up player of the tournament, 7 goals in the 2 games, and he probably could have had more. A warm round of applause as Tottenham players stand on. It must be hard for them to watch, but the West Ham players that are standing on the podium don't look too happy about it, if I'm honest, but it's they who will lift this trophy. That's it may just be the 3rd year of the competition, but it's a trophy and a tournament that's going to go on and on and on, and we're going to see players in this competition that are going to go on to big, bright futures.
And we've got to think about how different it could have been, of course, with them being 3-0 down to Crystal Palace in that semi-final. They turned that around. There was nothing to turn around this afternoon. They were brilliant throughout the 90 minutes, thoroughly deserving to lift the trophy in just a moment's time.
Well, the last player to put on his medal, Kadoa, who started the scoring here, and he's going to be the player that's going to lift the trophy. Kadoa and the Premier League Next Gen winners, West Ham United.
Congratulations.
Well, they're a lot happier now that the trophy's in the air, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well done, guys.
And I don't think there could have been a more deserved champion.
The comeback, the hearts of the semi-final against Crystal Palace, and the complete dominance of the final here against the tournament hosts. We know we will see some of these players again in the future.
And enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Most likely
to as well.
Absolutely, and very much likely to in the next season or two.